Hey everybody, what's up? It's Michael Termini with the Game House, and today I'm joined by Unicorns of Love Head Coach Sheepy. Obviously, a bit of a rough day for y'all. 0-2. Let's just jump into that performance. Do you think it was, your team underperforming, or do you think the teams in this group generally are overperforming, or do you think it's like a little bit of both?
I mean, the easy answer is a little bit of both. But I think the teams are just as strong as they are, and it just shows. I think we didn't have the best practice or preparation going through the spring and summer split. We had so many difficulties in the team, and honestly speaking, huge shout out to everybody on the team that we made it this far to the Worlds tournament, despite all of the difficulties we had to face. So, like, props to that. And yeah, everyone is trying their best. I think first game was very competitive. We made some grave mechanical errors, and yeah, it didn't end up going well. I think we had all the chances winning that, but yeah, game two obviously was I mean, a tough game, a tough one, as you could call it. The next one, and yeah, so I would say the teams are performing extremely well from the other regions. So shout out to them as well. So yeah, good job. But we'll bounce back and win the next two games, and then go to groups and win worlds. That's the strategy. The comeback.
The hopium is shining through.
Yeah.
So I want to know, through your perspective as a head coach, how is it going into events like this when Riot makes, seemingly random meta changes like Morgana Jungle for MSI or Talon for this Worlds? Does it completely change how you have to go in, looking at solo queue win rates, scrims, all of this, seeing what people are playing? What extra level does it add that normally isn't there in the regular split?
I think that the most adaptive player and the best functioning team are the ones that are going to come out ahead, and I welcome that change because it keeps the game fresh and it keeps new players coming in, and I think good staff and good people just gonna shine through. I think that's an interesting way. I think it shows so much more what the learning process should be in a team, and that it can be different for the type of meta that's being introduced by Riot. So, but yeah, it's a tough one. Rumble, Lee Sin suddenly in mid lane and top lane, Morgana jungle, all this kind of stuff. And then this time they introduced new assassins into the jungle, try to make echo work. Zed, Kiana, Talon. So it's always something new. So Riot keeps surprising us coaches, which I'm very thankful for. And yeah, I mean, this time it seems to be a little bit more difficult for us, but in general, it's one of the strong points of Unicorns of Love, the Swain that was a perma in the last Worlds.
So obviously you had a former player on a different team today, OnPiece. So I'm curious, were you rooting for them? Were you oh no, we don't want to play against them, you don't want to knock out your own player? I'm curious, is there a little bit of a conflict of interest there?
I mean, yes. Chachi, first up, shout out to you. I had a super fun interview last time we went at Worlds. No, at the Worlds before that, when we played against Splice and lost 3-2, super close. And yeah, so I'm happy for him that he won that one, but obviously I feel a bit sad that it didn't work out for us. So yeah, obviously I'm rooting for them. I root for Hilly as well when he's going to play on Fnatic. Team Liquid, that has Cold right now, as the head coach. So I met him earlier yesterday, I think, in the room as well. And yeah, we're gonna hit up somewhere downstairs for a drink at some point. So yeah, obviously I'm rooting for them. We're gonna face each other as competitors, but we have so much respect for the work ethic and the work we're putting each and everyone in there. So yeah, it's an easy one. Of course, I root for them.
So being such a historic coach in the League of Legends esports, do you see MSI and Worlds as with less pressure over time because you've done it so many times, or does the event still have that heart pounding nature that you had the first time when you were here?
I can't say it's the same feeling because they're the first time you do anything, it's like a kind of a rush. You don't know what to expect. So right now I know kind of the edges, where everything is going. I know what the event will look like. So that makes me, I think, a little bit more suited as a head coach because I can just bring a lot of calm into the team and bring even new players.
Sorry,
integrate them into the process, even though game two for him was a tough one. What can you do?
Sorry, I just lost connection with you for a solid 10 seconds.
All right. What was the last sentence?
It's saying my connection's unstable. Sorry. This is awkward.
Is it over? I don't know. WhatsApp, Instagram, everything was down
Zoom.
yesterday.
Yeah, this is over Zoom.
Zoom.
Yeah,
No,
unlucky.
not Zoom. They can take WhatsApp and everything, but don't take me my Zoom.
You know what? Let's just ignore that question. Let's just go on to the next one. So you guys have a new ADC in Argnavat. I think that's how you say it. Did I butcher that?
Argonaut, yeah.
There we go. This season. So what does that bring to UOL and that previously wasn't there, or what like new look does this bring to UOL rather?
Yeah. Gadget is way different to Argo, and Logic is way different to Argo and Gadget. So we had so many different ADCs in this, like in the short amount of time. Gadget, Argo, Froppy, and now, Argo now, and then Logic before that. So yeah, he's a really nice guy. Overall, really wants to do his best. I think he's a very sociable guy as well. So I think what he brings into the team is just like a person that you can always talk to in any case. Even if we're losing or winning, he will just try to always have a conversation, is always open to listen and open for criticism and everything. So yeah, I think he is a really good talent. The only tough part for him is that he kind of jumped into the second split, and then, props to him. He won the final with us. And I think that's amazing qualifying already. Like he made it out of his own hands to qualify for Worlds. So yeah. So Gadget brings all of the craziness, like all the AP mages, bot lane and whatnot. And I think Argo brings a little bit more of calm, understanding, and talkative, and being very social to the team.
Do you think that there's a little bit more pressure on him because this is his first international event and, that's getting to him a bit? Or do you think he's taking it like a champ?
He's taking it like a champ, but it's obviously really tough for him. I can understand and feel him. A lot of people are going to watch how he's going to play, but he's still in the beginning of his career. So I think this is an amazing experience that he can take with him. And I think a lot of AD carriers will be jealous, even if he has some tough performances or we lost the first 2 games. Like that doesn't really matter. He tried his best. He's going on stage. He gets to know like all of this kind of feelings, like how does it feel to lose on stage? How does it feel to play in front of all the millions, and then obviously also get to know how to win on stage when we're going to win tomorrow against Cloud9, right?
I'm from NA. That's you're taking away my hopium, all right?
Sorry, I see the EG flag like waving proudly in the back, so I'm like, where's the European flag in the background, huh?
I don't know,
is there
man.
some bias here?
There is absolute bias here, and I will own it. All right.
God damn it.
So, final question. You said in your interview with Thorin and Monty that you said that anyone from Group B could escape. Do you still stand by that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Galatasaray proved it today. I think people were like, they changed one player and maybe it's a little bit weaker. And, there was a star lineup before, and I massively disagree. I think like the strength of a team is not like the piece, like piece by piece. It's like how they interact together and how they're working. And you saw it today. They won against DFM. If you would call it convincingly or not, but at least they won against us convincingly. So yeah, I think any team is extremely strong beyond gaming. Won against PSG 3-2, and then in the final, they lost 2-3, so they're almost as strong as them. I think there's a lot of hype for them. Cloud9 had a really good performance today, so I think all of the teams are have some merit to win this entire group. So yeah, obviously keep rooting for everybody, and and be very nice to our players, especially Argo, if you're rooting for us, because everyone's trying their best.
All right, thank you very much for the interview and keeping it entertaining. And best of luck tomorrow. All right.
Thank you.
All right. You have a good one, man. I appreciate it a lot.